Hello, and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll get to hear about the positives and negatives of the Quick Tips app.
You'll see the Charger spotlight shine down on guidance counselor Tracy Cross.
And you'll learn what senioritis is and how to fight it.
All that and more coming up next.
It's 7 periods a day for 4 straight years. Gets a little old after a while.
How long you been here? I only live across the street. Didn't know you were here.
I mean, we're going to take every quick tip that comes in needs to be investigated, no matter what the subject is.
Hello, and welcome to Studio 415. I'm Hudson Zom.
And I'm Stella Brewer-Vartanian.
In a recent survey conducted by Studio 415, it was revealed that 40% of Carroll students surveyed believe that the Quick Tip system is unfair.
Studio 415 reporter Ryan Pashy spoke to administrators and students about the benefits and drawbacks of the app.
Quick Tip is a mobile and online app that allows school administrators to receive instant reports at any time. These messages give them the ability to respond in a timely manner to issues that concern the well-being and safety of students. If a Quick Tip mentions a person by name, it is considered enough evidence for reasonable suspicion and legally allows the administration to search you, your bag, or even your phone. The administration also has permission to give a call to home regarding the Quick Tip sent. CHS sophomores Madison Brown and Sophia Wilson claim that they have both been falsely quick-tipped by someone who had a grudge against them. They say that they were not given a voice to defend themselves, even when proven innocent.
I told them that I didn't have anything on me, like I didn't do anything wrong, and then they searched me, and then they still called my parents after, and I still got in trouble for something I didn't do.
That's another thing. They do still call your parents even if they find nothing.
Senior Lynn Durant agrees that some punishments can be unnecessary and poorly organized.
Because sometimes they just punish people for nothing. They don't even ask them the point of view about something, and they just punish them.
These messages may have a tendency to be used as a direct target towards someone, possibly because of consistent conflict in the student body and easy access to the app. Not only that, the quick tip may be quoted to the student, often revealing the sender of the report. The majority of quick tips most often will concern illegal substances or inappropriate behavior, which can negatively impact the lives of students and staff. However, on some occasions, the system isn't utilized as it should be. School Resource Officer Eric Butler says that students will report anything, even the school lunch.
Maybe 1 out of every 10 will, like the joking. And just like, oh yeah, peanut butter and jelly's frozen or something like that. We really don't investigate whether they're false or not. I mean, we're going to take every quick tip that comes in needs to be investigated, no matter what the subject is, whether it's a teacher issue, whether it's bullying, whether it's a safety concern, nicotine, that kind of thing.
Despite the entertaining responses, the administration thoroughly seeks out any report they get through the app. Senior Gabe Yeager would attempt to use this system to his advantage, only to result in an awkward position.
Oh, well, that's actually a funny situation because I quick tipped myself. So we had a test that day, and then I was like, I'm really not ready for this test. So I quick tipped myself to get out of it, and unfortunately it didn't work. I got quick tipped out of Jeb Campbell's class. So that was an interesting conversation with Jeb.
On February 8th, 2023, students and parents across the NACS district received both a phone call and email from CHS Principal Cleve Million. The message explained that a report identified a student threatening violence against Carroll High School. The message would go on to reassure the district, stating that there was no longer an ongoing threat and the student would be held responsible for their behavior. The final statement promotes the Quick Tip app to help keep schools safe. Yeager goes on to say that this system is necessary and should be kept in place for the well-being of students.
Everybody has their own opinions on the subject, but I think that if somebody's like doing something they shouldn't be doing in the bathroom, or if somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing in general, then yeah, better our school and better the experience of the young ones coming through.
In addition, Butler encourages the student body to use Quick Tips as a communication channel for the administration.
When we promote the quick tip system, we usually talk about to the student body. It's like, this is your school. Use those features. Your eyes are everywhere. If you guys hear something, if you guys see something, pass it on. Use Quick Tip system. Again, it can be 100% anonymous. You can put information in there, you can put attachments in there, so it's very beneficial.
With all the controversy surrounding the app, we advise you take the Quick Tip system seriously and only use it when you or a student is in danger. For Studio 415, I'm Ryan Pashy.
Guidance counselor Tracy Cross is about to sit in the hot seat and try and handle a few tough questions.
Studio 415 host Will Jameson sat down with the senior class counselor to learn more about him in this week's Charger Spotlight.
Welcome back to the Charger Spotlight, and on today's episode, we're interviewing your counselor, Mr. Cross, to ask him some questions about his personal life. All right, well, thank you for joining us in the Charger Spotlight, Mr. Cross.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So what is it like being a counselor?
No 2 days are alike.
So are you and Mrs. Knurk friends outside of school?
We're friends.
How long have you been a counselor?
This is my 26th year.
Okay. Nice job. Do you have any regrets that you'd like to share?
Regrets? That's a tough one.
What's a dream business that you'd like to start?
Landscaping, something to do with yard work.
Would you call it like Tracy's Mowers? Can I call you Tracy?
That's fine.
All right, thank you, Tracy. How many push-ups can you do in a row?
I haven't done that because I have rotator cuff issues, so I don't do push-ups anymore.
Okay. That's okay. Do you play Fortnite?
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is.
So, do you like long walks on the beach?
Love it.
Love it?
Yeah.
Absolutely? Like how long of a walk? We talking?
Hour.
Hour long walk? Yeah. Okay. Which dating app is the best?
I have no idea.
Okay. That's what's up. What kind of music do you listen to?
All genres. I'm going to say country is probably my favorite, but I listen to a lot of Christian. Listen to pop. Really, classical. It depends on what mood I'm in.
How uncomfortable are you like right now?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being uncomfortable, 2.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, have you heard of Dr. Squatch soap?
I have not.
It's a great soap company.
Okay.
I've never had it, but I endorse it.
Okay, and you endorse it without using it. Okay, absolutely. Interesting.
But I do know someone who could endorse it. Cohen Sussdorf, could you please come out here?
We've never met. This is my first time on Charger Spotlight.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me? Were you a big party person in college?
Not at all. My sister was. We both went to Ball State. I was not. She was, but I was not.
Did you have friends that go to parties?
Did I have friends? Oh, yeah.
Yep. How can we battle childhood obesity?
Have PE a requirement every year at high school.
So, why is all diet in the vending machines and regular in the teacher's lounge?
I guess with age comes some privilege.
I would like regular Pepsi, please. Okay. Yeah, Mountain Dew's like orange juice, I think. Have you listened to the new Metro Boomin album?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know Metro Boomin?
I do not.
He makes it boom.
Okay, I don't know it.
Do you miss Kobe Bryant?
I do. He's the one that died in a plane crash? Is he the one that died? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Yeah, I guess I do.
That is not a fraud. Is there anything you'd like to ask us before this interview is done?
What are your plans after high school?
I'm planning on going to IU or whatever college.
Okay. And you're on the 5-year plan, right, Cohen?
Yep, 5-year.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Cross.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. All right, you heard it here first. Mr. Cross likes long walks on the beach, and he's a great counselor. For Studio 415, I'm William Jameson.
With 96 days left until the end of the 2022-2023 school year, some Carroll seniors may be battling a common form of academic burnout called senioritis.
Though the word senioritis is usually used jokingly to refer to seniors experiencing low motivation and energy, the condition is no laughing matter. In our story, I experienced what senioritis is and how those suffering from it can improve their situation. Senioritis, defined as a supposed affliction characterized by decline in motivation or performance by the Oxford Dictionary, tends to affect students that are approaching their final semester of high school, college, and graduate school. A primary sign of senioritis is the loss of interest in doing well on schoolwork, but other signs may include failure to turn in assignments on time, a higher frequency of skipping class, or procrastinating. Students experiencing senioritis might also encounter feelings of anxiety, depression, or burnout. Studio 415 conducted a survey in which 146 Carroll seniors responded. Of those surveyed, 63% of students felt that they procrastinated more this year than they did last year, 58% felt unmotivated, and 66% felt that they lacked energy. Additionally, 57% of Carroll seniors reported that they thought they were currently experiencing senioritis. Ashlyn Fuller, a senior who is currently experiencing senioritis, shares that she began to notice a change in her work ethic this year.
I still don't feel motivated all the time, especially in class. Like, I just want it done. I don't want to actually do the work to get it done.
Furthermore, Fuller has found herself feeling anxious about the future due to uncertainty about her future in college.
I feel so overwhelmed and like the thought of going to college, because I don't know what I want to major in. So the thought of like getting in and then not wasting like my parents' money scares me.
Though there isn't one sole cause for senioritis, the most common reason tends to be academic burnout. After 12 years of school, some students may feel anxious to get out of the system or feel bored with it. This can lead students to feel trapped, which in turn leads to a lack of motivation and interest in school. High school senior counselor Tracy Cross believes that the repetitive days is a large part of developing senioritis.
7 periods a day for 4 straight years gets a little old after a while, and people telling you to put their cell phones away gets old. People telling you to wear this or wear that gets old. So, and you're 18 years old, so you really are almost an adult.
Another common reason for senioritis is anxiety and fear for the future. The amount of options available to seniors after high school and the pressure to choose one can overwhelm some students who may then give up on school as a way to regain control over their anxiety. Like most ailments, senioritis is treatable. Professionals believe that by setting short-term goals, organizing your time into a schedule, and occasionally changing up your work environment, feelings of senioritis can be reduced. Professionals also suggest rewarding yourself when you finish doing a section of work. Additionally, Cross recommends out-of-school programs to incoming seniors as a way to break away from the monotonous 7-period school day.
I think for some kids, having senior internships and being in the ICE program, going to this career center helps a lot when they're only here part of the day, because you kind of got your foot out in the real world and you got your foot in school a little bit.
Fuller, meanwhile, offers some advice to anybody going through senioritis.
You'll get through it. It's just hard in the moment. You'll figure it out. If you have a good support system of friends, that's nice.
As high school comes to a close for the class of 2023, remember to maintain scholarly habits, regardless of whether or not you believe you're currently experiencing senioritis. Your actions now can affect your opportunities in the future. For Studio 415, I'm Hudson Zom.
Carroll students may be looking for the chance to share their voice about an issue they care about, whilst also being a part of the solution.
Studio 415 reporter Alexandra Marcy explores 2 opportunities that bring awareness to these issues at both the city and state level.
Mental health has become a major topic of discussion in recent years. According to the Youth at Risk survey conducted by the State Department of Health, around 30% of all students reported that their mental health was not good. The Indiana Youth Advisory Board, or IYAB, was created as a way for youth to advocate for the public services they need. IYAB began on July 2022. Members of the board range from 14 to 22 years old and are found all across the state. Carroll High School senior and lead youth consultant Allison Smith believes that it is vital for young people to have an opportunity to be heard.
I think it's really important because such a big part of Indiana is made up of youth, and youth need to have voices to be heard so that decisions regarding them can be made and their health can be properly taken care of.
The board meets online on the last Monday of each month to discuss issues that affect adolescents in Indiana. The whole group is made to educate and inform members. The group is then divided into 4 subcommittees that focus on access to care, sexual health, mental health, or minority health. This gives members the chance to create initiatives focused on their passion, such as informing the public about these issues and speaking with legislators. State Suicide Prevention Director Michelle Bullington has found herself learning from the youth just as much as they learn from her.
Sometimes I feel like in this field, it can feel really heavy, right? Like the topic that I focus on is suicide. And I think what I learned from youth is that there's always hope.
Students can also join a more local initiative, known as the Mayor's Youth Engagement Council. The goal of the council is to get the youth of Fort Wayne involved within the community. Karen Richards, the liaison of Fort Wayne, fell in love with the environment the board created.
When I was asked to come on board under his division and administration and for this position, I said, okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing with it, but I'll give it a year. I'll give it a try. And here I am 13 years later.
Each year, the council picks an issue in the city they would like to work on. This year, the council's focus is on a mental health symposium. The plan is to invite schools all across Fort Wayne for a day focused on peace of mind. The symposium is a partnership with Remedy Live and is planned for April 19th. Youth Liaison Romeo Morris notes that the focus each year changes to maximize the needs of the city.
Mental health is our focus this year, but it varies. It depends on different things during different times. So this one happens to be the most urgent in our community, and this is our opportunity to take charge in that effort.
The biggest advice from both groups to those wanting to make a change is to speak up.
The biggest thing that you can do is just be positive and be kind to others. You know, a lot of people think that you have to be involved in this big group, but really all you have to do is just spread positivity and be kind to other people, and you're being an advocate by doing so.
Advice I would give to young people to begin advocating is to start, to learn, to study, and be confident in what you're defending. To be confident in whatever it is that you choose to believe in, and communicate that. Don't hesitate.
If you would like to become an advocate, the Mayor's Youth Engagement Council changes annually. To be a member, you must be at least a sophomore in high school and no older than a senior. Applications begin in February, and you can find them on the City of Fort Wayne's website. For Studio 415, I'm Alexandra Marcy.
Local businesses are more dependent on the community and people around them, more so than any chain enterprise.
Studio 415 reporter Brianna Fuller looks into just how important local support is for one local business.
Thank you, Stella. Well-Grounded Cafe, located at 14517 Lima Road, prides itself in community and affordable prices. But for how long? In my story, I magnify the importance of support to local businesses.
Small businesses are the livelihood of areas like the Nax District, a crucial component to local entrepreneurship. The stories of some lesser-known establishments can be inspiring or heart-wrenching, Well-Grounded Cafe being no exception. Running since 2014, Well-Grounded has had a fair share of struggle, just recently bouncing back from the pandemic. Cafe owner as of 2018, Sherry Myers is looking for loyal customers to support her vision for the community.
This is not that visible, so people don't know we're here. I hear every day, oh, how long you been here? I only live across the street. Didn't know you were here, every day, 10 times a day probably.
CHS sophomore and barista Alina Hammond witnesses the slow business firsthand and hopes the job she is proud of gains stability soon.
People underestimate them a lot, like people go to Starbucks or Dunkin' because that's what everybody else is doing, but they don't think locally, and I wish more people would, because it might just surprise them.
The cafe in question doesn't serve as just any cafe. It is home to the arts, providing a space for creativity, relaxation, and connection. Activities are scheduled often, along with seasonal drinks and pastries.
Anything from puzzle swaps to libraries to, art things that we have going on here, euchre club on Saturday and crochet classes. I could keep going on and on.
I love the atmosphere. It's perfect for anybody that wants to come in and study or just kind of hang out with friends.
Well-Grounded Cafe is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekdays, with information on activities advertised inside. Myers encourages students to swing by to try the seasonal Girl Scout cookie drinks.
Well, people think I'm probably crazy, but students are not a problem. They really aren't.
It's pretty close to the school. So it's just easy. You can go in early, grab a breakfast sandwich and a coffee, and that's just a great way to start your day.
Small businesses like this one are everywhere, and supporting them is supporting a neighbor. For Stu 415, I'm Brianna Fuller, and I've got us going to finish.
Last week we celebrated Valentine's Day, but love is still in the air.
Enjoy this sneak peek at the newest Charger Jeopardy episode, hosted by Tristan Wasserman, which is viewable on the Carroll High School TV YouTube channel.
Oh, it's you.
Charger Jeopardy Valentine's Edition. Tune in to this week's episode of Charger Jeopardy to see your peers and friends take on challenging Valentine's Day trivia.
What?
That's right, tune in to Charger Jeopardy this week for some awesome Valentine's Day trivia.
What?
Just watch Charger Jeopardy.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching.
If there's a story you would like us to cover, please let us know.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.